History is a river, flowing through time, with currents of triumph and tragedy. But what if one of its greatest tragedies, a loss that plunged the world into a long night of intellectual darkness, had never happened? For centuries, the Library of Alexandria stood as a beacon of knowledge, a testament to human curiosity and intellect. It was the heart of the ancient world, housing the collective wisdom of civilizations. Within its walls, the greatest minds of the age, mathematicians, astronomers, poets, and philosophers, gathered to study the universe. But this beacon was extinguished. Its destruction, a series of events spanning centuries, represents one of the most catastrophic losses of knowledge in human history. We lost not just scrolls and manuscripts, but entire branches of science, literature, and philosophy. We lost 1,000 years of progress. But what if the Library of Alexandria was never destroyed? What if this vast repository of knowledge had survived, continuing to grow and inspire generations? Join us as we journey into an alternate timeline, a world where the flame of Alexandria never died. In our timeline, the decline of the Library of Alexandria was a slow, painful process. But in this alternate reality, the library not only survives but flourishes, protected by a succession of enlightened rulers who understand its immense value. The knowledge within its walls is not just preserved, it is actively expanded upon. The works of Heron of Alexandria, who in our world was a mere curiosity, become the foundation for an early industrial revolution. His steam-powered devices, the Yellowpile and the first steam engine, are not dismissed as toys. Instead, they are refined and developed, leading to steam-powered pumps for irrigation, automated machinery for construction, and even primitive steam-powered vehicles centuries before their time. Aristarchus of Samos, who proposed a heliocentric model of the solar system nearly 2,000 years before Copernicus, is not a forgotten footnote. His theories are studied, debated, and eventually proven by Alexandrian astronomers using advanced observational tools. The geocentric model of the universe is challenged and discarded far earlier, fundamentally shifting humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos. The survival of the Library of Alexandria prevents the fragmentation of knowledge that characterized the Dark Ages in our timeline. The wisdom of the ancients is not lost and rediscovered. It is a continuous, unbroken chain. The Renaissance, as we know it, never happens. There is no need for a rebirth, because the classical world never truly died. Instead, we see a steady, accelerated pace of innovation. The scientific method, which in our world took centuries to formalize, is established as the primary mode of inquiry in Alexandria. Alchemy gives way to chemistry, astrology to astronomy, and superstition to science. By the year 1000 AD, the world of this alternate timeline is a marvel to behold. The great empires of the world, from the caliphates in the east to the kingdoms of Europe, are connected by a network of trade and knowledge, with Alexandria as its hub. We see the development of advanced mathematics, including calculus centuries before Newton and Leibniz. The medical knowledge of Galen and Hippocrates is not just preserved but surpassed, leading to a deeper understanding of human anatomy, disease, and public health. Life expectancy rises, and populations flourish. As we move into the modern era of this alternate timeline, the differences become even more profound. The Industrial Revolution of the 18th and 19th centuries is not a sudden, disruptive force. Instead, it is a gradual, more integrated process that began centuries earlier. The environmental devastation of our Industrial Revolution is largely avoided, as the Alexandrian focus on balance and harmony leads to the early development of clean energy sources. Solar, wind, and geothermal power, all hinted at in ancient texts. Society itself is different, with a foundation built on the philosophical inquiries of Plato, Aristotle, and the Stoics. This world places a greater emphasis on ethics, reason, and civic duty. The political turmoil and devastating wars of our 20th century are replaced by a more stable, global community of nations, guided by a shared commitment to knowledge and progress. Technology in this world is not just about efficiency. It is about artistry and meaning. We see incredible feats of engineering, but they are infused with the aesthetic sensibilities of the ancient world. Space travel, which begins much earlier, is not just a race for dominance, but a philosophical quest to understand the universe, a direct continuation of the work begun by the first Alexandrian astronomers. To look back at the Library of Alexandria is to see the shadow of a world that might have been, a world where the pursuit of knowledge was the highest calling, where humanity reached for the stars centuries, perhaps even millennia ahead of its time. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria was not just a loss of books. It was a loss of potential, a diversion of the river of history into a darker, more turbulent channel. While we can never reclaim what was lost, we can honor its memory by cherishing the knowledge we have, by relentlessly pursuing the truth, and by building our own modern libraries of Alexandria, open to all who seek to understand. The flame of knowledge is fragile. It must be protected, nurtured, and passed on. For in its light, we find the path to a better future. What do you think our world would look like if the Library of Alexandria had survived? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into an alternate past, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exploration.